Social media, finance, healthcare. Whether you like it or not, AI is taking over just about every industry out there. But do you really think there will come a day when AI will be able to mimic a cartoonist or an animator's work? Better yet, do you think they'd be able to improve on it? See, here's the thing. AI manages to get the job done at a fraction of the cost and in a quarter of the time, which is a pretty sweet deal if you ask anybody. But would it really be able to mimic the creativity it takes to replicate an animator's or a cartoonist's job? Previously, the answer used to be a resounding, nope, never going to happen. Now though, with the latest AI advancements, it looks like we might see a few cartoonists out of work soon. Cartoonists and animators have panicked before too. Up until 1958, the animations we used to see were purely hand-drawn. This obviously opened up a huge margin for error, and required a significant amount of time and effort just to get one frame done and over with. But it was what worked at the time. Cut to 1958, and computer animations were introduced, effectively reducing workflow by half and the workforce by a fraction too. Computer graphics could be thought of as rudimentary AI technology when it comes to cartoon drawings and animations, and even back then the people in the industry were panicking. However, just when production houses thought that they could do without several hundreds of cartoonists and animators, they realized that they needed those people back to handle the new workflow. So in a way, computers didn't necessarily replace jobs, they just created new ones for the same people. Is AI the same? Unfortunately, it's not. You see, with computer graphics, you still needed a human behind the screen to feed in the data, make revisions, and check every single frame for quality control before it made its way to the audience. In AI, the whole process is streamlined 1,000 times over, and the work's done with the click of a button. AI manages to generate hundreds and thousands of templates and frames for one single thought or idea that can then be modified based on the user's requirements. For example, you could feed an idea to a computer system and enter your specifications, such as color palettes, dimensions, and any other requirements. And the computer would be able to generate something per your liking. We can't hide from the fact that technological advancements have the power to put people out of work, even if not immediately, and even if they create some new jobs in a revamped sector. For example, painters were left scrambling when the world's first photo camera was introduced, and for good reason. People could now click a picture instead of sitting in the same pose for hours on end, with still a margin for error. Fast forward to today, and we can still see painters thriving with sold-out art galleries in so many ways that they've retained their craft. On the other hand, though, we can also see the struggling artist who can't find commission. So, technological advancements such as computer tech and AI can put people out of work. Maybe computer graphics weren't as frightening, but AI certainly is. Cartoonists are being replaced by novices. If you haven't used DALL-E's AI tech already, you've most definitely seen it in action. The AI image generator is all the rave these days, with people all over the world giving it some of the most insane prompts to create weird and wacky images. To the average novice, these machine-learned technologies are a godsend. Instead of scavenging through the internet for hours and hours on end for something that's similar to the thought or idea that they have in their heads, they can just enter a prompt into DALL-E and have the exact image delivered. To be fair, people are using AI cartoons and graphics tech to create meme templates and weirdly obnoxious photos, but you get the gist of it. DALL-E is just one of many examples, by the way. It just shows that an image generating application that can be used by an average consumer to generate something that they'd otherwise commission a cartoonist or an animator for is a lot easier for them. It saves time for one, and it's also free. These are two of the main reasons why cartoonists are freaking out about AI creeping its way into their industry. Some cartoonists aren't all that worried. On the one hand, we have people in the industry who are optimistic that AI won't take over the industry because the minor imperfections in human-delivered cartoons and images are endearing. However, some would say that that's wishful thinking. On the other hand, there are people in the industry who are looking at things a lot more critically, and while they agree that AI will only go up from here, it'll never fully replace humans. Here's why. Producing an image is based purely on human experiences. You see, AI technology makes use of machine learning, that is, scavenging through just about every image on the internet, analyzing it, categorizing it, and then feeding it into its database. That's how when someone enters something like a cat jumping off a tree on DALL-E, they get an image of just that. AI isn't generating a cat image because it's seen a cat in action jumping off a tree. It's categorized images of cats and their actions and is able to produce an image based on that. This was a simple example though, and people in the industry have noticed that when the prompts aren't as simple as this one, that's where AI tends to mess up. For now, there are only so many images on the internet, and when you commission a cartoonist to come up with something, you're presenting them with a new idea that's not available on the internet. AI can sure get the job done, but it can't mimic your vision 100%. Plus, the whole process of having a machine revise aspects of an image over and over again is a lot easier said than done. AI works based on what it knows best and can't really sit down and have a conversation with the consumer who wants something commissioned or produced. That's one of the reasons why some people in the cartoon and animation industry are sleeping easy. AI is still in its infancy, and it has a long way to go before it can wipe out their jobs. The only way from here is up. AI isn't perfect, and it's far from being considered even close to it when we look at cartoons and animations. You'll notice animations that are abrupt and wobbly, or images generated by computers that lack finesse. All that's a given at this point in time with AI generations. While this might provide cartoonists and animators with some sort of comfort for the time being, it's important to understand that the only way from here is up. Using computers to generate images isn't new. In fact, computers have been generating rudimentary shapes and figures long before AI came onto the scene. The only difference now is that the world has literally become a social hub with millions and millions of images being shared on a daily basis. This provides a greater pool for machine learning and allows AI to improve on its existing knowledge. For example, there's a high chance that if you were to ask DALL-E to generate an image of a human being, you get an image of a person with an extra finger or two. This is a problem today, but it won't be one tomorrow. Where machines reign and humans fall behind is speed, and this also includes the speed of picking up on new things and incorporating them. By the time you've seen an image, a computer's seen it 1,000 times over. Obviously, the AI threat is real, and it's catching up a lot sooner than people would like to think. AI has already started replacing cartoonists. You'd think that political satire is one place where AI would never be able to outdo a human cartoonist. Well, think again. Magazines and publications have started employing tools such as DALL-E and Midjourney to get the job done, even when it comes to creating political satire cartoons. Now, to be fair, these images lack the finesse you'd expect from humans, but that doesn't mean they're not passable. So AI has already crept into the cartoon generating sector, and they've started taking away work from humans. While we're still a long way to go from them completely integrating into the field, it's still worrisome. However, there's another angle here too. What if AI works with humans? This idea has obviously been employed in just about every other sector, but many people assume that cartoons and animations would have humans and computers battling it out for work. That's not entirely true. There's a possibility that AI will revolutionize the animating industry and open new sectors that come with new jobs and new ways for cartoonists and animators to keep busy. In any case, one thing's clear. Artificial intelligence is here, and it's not going anywhere. Cartoonists are at risk because of image generating tools that might still be in their infancy, but are quickly catching up. We don't know what the future holds, but here's to hoping everything works out. Do you think AI will put cartoonists out of work soon? Let us know in the comments, and be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you back here with another video.